It's 4 a.m. It's my day off. Sort of. I need to get back to some work emails that I didn't get to last night. The Gmail app came out with the greatest feature ever, where I can schedule emails to be sent out at a later time. It's obnoxiously early to be blowing up people's phones, so I'll schedule them to go out at 8 a.m. when normal people wake up, I guess. Out the door before 5 a.m. Heading up to the White Mountains. I made it. And I gotta pee. Good morning! I found him. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so here's the deal. I met Evan, we were at the Highland Center. I'm leaving my car here. We're gonna try to get a hitchhike to the Webster Cliff trailhead, which is where Evan left off on the Appalachian Trail yesterday.
They would have given us a ride.
Oh, damn it!
Out.
I'm too busy videoing. Well, hopefully we're as lucky. Evan got a hitch here yesterday and he said it took him
28 seconds.
28 seconds. So, but it's like 7:30 in the morning. So we're trying to get a hitch like 4 miles down the road to the trailhead, and then by parking here, that'll give me some options as far as when to get off the trail. I can just hike back here. So I'm hoping to do Webster, Jackson, and Pierce today.
And I wish you were going over Washington with me.
No, and then Evan's gonna keep hiking on through the rest of the presidentials, but I'm just out for the day. So I'm gonna have to break off at some point and get my butt back home. We weren't even to the road yet and we got a hitchhike. Hiking up this steep ass mountain. Today I wanted to talk about how I'm able, views. Can't see it on the camera. How I'm able to balance my work life and my extracurricular / hiking life. So the first thing I want to mention is just about like prioritizing what's important to you. So I had this quote that I thought applied that is my favorite quote at the moment. So the quote is, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And I loved this quote. It really resonated with me because I do believe that I can do anything that I want, but sometimes I try to do way too many things and then it makes it hard to accomplish anything. So I really have to like reel it in, pick my focuses and the things that I want to accomplish and just stick to that. So back to prioritizing. It's really important to get clear on the things that are important to you and make time for those things because we don't have a lot of time. So for me, my priorities really are Luke, and then number 2, work, which sounds super lame, but I own my own business and I'm very passionate about what I do. Spend a lot of time at work, but it's because I'm choosing to, because I really love it. And then number 3 would be my extracurricular activities and outdoor adventures. And number 4 is volunteering. Anyways, get clear on the things that are important to you, and then all the other bullshit, start saying no. I got to a point in my life where I just stopped doing the things that I felt like I was just doing because I was obligated to. And then that freed up a lot more time to do the things that I love. Those people literally slept on that cliff last night, like 2 feet away from the edge. don't know, I don't think we're up to Webster yet, but we keep popping out to all these cliffs. It's such a beautiful day. The second point I wanted to make about how I balance work and hiking life, etc., is like so simple that it's dumb probably to most of you, but using a calendar, especially a digital calendar. I used to be, hi Evan, see you in a minute. I used to be a paper calendar person, and then I had to jump on the digital calendar train. But really, my point is just using a calendar and putting stuff into your schedule that you want to do. If you're just like, yeah, I want to go hike in the White Mountains sometime soon, like, you'll never do it because stuff always comes up. We're all super busy. Like for me with my business, even if I have a day that's off and I'm not doing clients, I have a to-do list a mile long, and when the time comes around, that day rolls around, I just feel too guilty going to do random stuff when I have a million things I have to do. So if I like think I want to go hike in the White Mountains, I look at my calendar, I put it in my calendar, in my work calendar, set an actual date for it. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just gonna pace in circles. Set an actual date for it, and then I work my life around that. I, you know, have my to-do list and everything. I make sure I check off all the important things before that date, the day before, or whatever it is, and I schedule all my emails out for the next day and make it happen because I put it in the calendar, and the calendar is golden. Alright, we made it up to Webster, which is not a New Hampshire 4,000 footer, but is the first peak that we're doing today. Hi, everybody. Evan's checking to see if we're on the trail because
Yeah, we're on the trail.
I don't remember this from last year. Alright, so we've made it to the top of Jackson. Now on to Pierce, but we're going to stop first at the Mitzpah AMC hut, get some water, and what have you. Damn it, I can't see the screen. There is the Mitzpah hut where we're heading next. And there is Mount Washington. I'm not going that far though. Evan, you're bleeding. Why are you always bleeding?
I'm dying. I must walk in the trees.
It's a senior thing, isn't it?
It's because I'm a senior.
Okay, we've made it now up to Pierce. I've done this mountain a bunch of times. I love the presidentials. Alright, so this is where I was maybe gonna turn off, but I've decided it's freaking beautiful out and I'm enjoying myself, so I'm gonna keep hiking with Evan for a bit towards Eisenhower. I may or may not actually go all the way to the summit of Eisenhower, and then at some point I'll have to turn back, get back to that cutoff, and then hike like 3 miles, I think, down to my car. Okay, so So we've gotten to the crossroad here where the AT goes that way around the peak of Eisenhower, and to get to the summit of Eisenhower you would go up. I think I'm gonna try to go up a little bit more. It's getting a little bit late for me to get back to my car and drive all the way home, but I'm gonna try to make it to the peak. Evan is doing the Appalachian Trail, so he is going the other way.
Only through New Hampshire into Maine.
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
So he's taking Crawford Path. And this is where we will say goodbye for now. So, fist bump. Bye, Evan. See you soon. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, I am running low on time here, but Eisenhower is one of my favorite peaks. I'm so close. I'm just gonna try to run up this goddamn mountain, get the peak, and then get back to my car. Although rain clouds are overhead. So, if the weather turns, so am I. Glad I did it. It's such a beautiful day, and it really is one of my favorite places in the Whites. So, 4 peaks today, not bad for a day hike. Webster, Jackson, Pierce, Eisenhower, and now I'm gonna race back to my car. Eisenhower, where I just came from. Okay, so I got super off topic today because I was enjoying my hiking so much. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about relating to balancing work life and hiking or extracurricular life was just, I had a lot of people who asked about like how I was able to hike the Appalachian Trail. Like, how were you able to take 6 months off, and what about, you know, all the things we have to do in life, money, all of that stuff. And all I want to say about that is sort of goes along with what I've already been talking about, but you can't just wait for everything in your life to like line up and for there to be a perfect time to go hike the AT. Like, that's never gonna happen. I didn't just like decide one day I was gonna hike the AT and then hiked it the next week. I decided I wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail and set a realistic date for myself, which was like a year and a half before I actually hiked it. Close to 2 years before I actually hiked it. I would have done it like that following season, but I had commitments already with work. So I committed to it like 2 years out. I set a date and I worked my life around it. Everything I did for that next 2 years was like setting myself up to hike the AT. If stuff came up, like that was my #1 priority, and I had to find a way to make it work. If you're just like waiting for, you know, February to come when you're like, oh, I'm not busy for the next 6 months, like that's never ever ever going to happen. So you need to prioritize it, commit to it, set a date, and work your life around it, and then prepare for it. Save money, start training, do all the things you need to do, buy your gear and all of that, but the commitment has to come first. Okay, made it back to the original cutoff that I was gonna take. Sweaty mess. So I've got, well, that says 2.7, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.1 miles from here down to my car. So yeah, as far as balancing work and hiking, fun life, what the hell? I feel like some of that was probably pretty obvious for some of you, but let me know what you guys thought, if it resonated with you, or if you feel like you have different or better tips for balancing work and play. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.